Okay, let's talk Project 2025. Okay, except for this is from 1933. The business plot, also called the Wall Street Push and the White House Push, was a political conspiracy in 1933 in the United States to overthrow the government of President Franklin D. Roosevelt and install Smedley Butler as dictator. Butler, a retired Marine Corps Major General, testified under oath that wealthy businessmen were plotting to create a fascist veterans organization with him as its leader and use it as a coup d'etat to overthrow Roosevelt. In 1934, Butler testified under oath at the United States House of Representatives Special Committee of Un-American Activities, the McCormick-Dixon Committee, on these revelations. Although no one was prosecuted, the Congressional Committee final report said there is no question that these attempts were discussed, were planned, and might have been placed in execution, and if financial backers had deemed it expedient. Early in the committee's gathering of the testimony, most major news media dismissed the plot, with the New York Times editorial characterizing it as a giant hoax. When the committee's final report was released, and the Times and the committee purported to report a 2-month investigation had convinced it that the General Butler's story of a fascist march on Washington was alarming and true. Also alleged that definite proof had been found that much publicized fascist march on Washington, which had been led by Major General Smedley D. Butler, retired, according to testimony, the hearing was actually contemplated. The individuals involved all denied existence of the plot. When historians have questioned whether the coup was actually close to execution, most agree that some sort of wild scheme had been contemplated and discussed. Now, if you go here and you check, I don't want to make this too long. I was just showing you something. So you can go to Wikipedia, check the background and see who was involved, the families that were involved, the rich people that were involved, and you'd be surprised. You surprise yourself. I want to leave that to you to find for yourself. Okay, but just letting you know, the corporate takeover of America isn't the first time. And how didn't they take over when they bought your politicians? Not all of them, but they own the RNC and the DNC. And them taking any money is in violation of the oath of public service. I made another video of that, reading the oath of public service off the Department of Justice website. And that tells you what can and cannot be done when it comes to politics. And there's a lot that's being done that shouldn't be done. And there's a lot that should be done that isn't. Okay, I just want to end this on a short note, that you should read this, nearly happened before, and it's actually happening now. Okay, they didn't exceed with Project 1933, but they wound up getting their people in office. Okay, and then they in turn tried to use the laws against us, which goes on to my stories about, I've been telling people, it's a legal term, look it up, the color of law. What you think is legal actually isn't, because it violates the founding principles of the Constitution. Okay, so it's right now, who is it living under the color of law? All right, have a good day. Nothing but love. God bless.